Hello everyone and welcome to episode 20 of 6 out of 7 podcast. 20, Calum. I'm Liam, joined by Calum.
Yeah.
We've made it to 20.
If you're listening for 20 episodes, you'll know who sounds like what.
Yeah, I'm sure. Well, we had that episode where you introduced.
Oh, I did, yeah.
The forgotten episodes.
Yeah, we don't talk about that episode. It's 20, yeah. I think it's going to happen, isn't it? If we keep doing them, these numbers are going to keep occurring.
That is how it works.
Yeah, it's a bit of a milestone.
Just keep showing up.
Yeah.
And we'll keep putting them out. It's a milestone, 20.
Did you think we'd make it?
Yeah, I mean...
You had strong... You've got a vision. There's a vision that's occurring.
I've got an idea where I want this.
Yeah, and we're there. Just about.
Episode 20 is where I wanted it. This is it. No more after this. But give us what you've been watching on TV, Calum. You've been watching tons of stuff.
I haven't watched a lot of things on TV. You haven't been watching a lot?
No, I've been climbing mountains, my dudes.
That's true. That's more important and more worthy. I've been watching Killing Eve Season 2. Which I'd recommend if you're a fan.
No, I've not seen it.
I've got a big fan of Season 1. Season 1 I'd recommend 100%. It's like all over... What I liked about it is that it was all over Europe. It was like Minsk, Belarus, Vienna, Paris. And that was like exciting because you got to see different things. She was killing people in different places. And then Season 2 started and it was all set in London. Got a bit boring. But now the show, I'm on episode like 4 or 5. And it's gotten back into form, back into stride. Julian from Mighty Boosh was in an episode that was really good. Episode 2 or 3, I think. And he really sold it as well. He was very good. So it's good.
He's a good actor.
He's a good actor. And Julie Comer and Sandra Oh are fantastic as well. I hope I got their names right. I might have not done. But Killing Eve, I'd recommend it. I'm enjoying that. That's what I'm enjoying right now. It's
weird that the second season... they're not going to different locations. You would think, because it was such a success the first season, that you'd think they'd be getting more money.
Yeah. It's in terms of the story, it's sort of bringing all the characters close together, and they've all got to be in one spot. Whereas in the previous series, they were like they were hunting her down, and they were hunting her all over Europe. So, in terms of the narrative, it's making sense. But as I say, the show's like coming into its own now, and I'm enjoying it, and it's getting bigger and better.
And what we do in the shadows, you up to date with that?
I'm up to date with
Still enjoying it?
Still enjoying it. You haven't seen it?
I've dropped off. I've not seen the last 3.
Yeah.
So I've just been watching Love Island.
Yeah, Love Island's sort of taken over your life.
Yeah.
Like, we should probably devote some time to episode 20. It's important. What's happening?
Oh, what isn't happening, man? Jordan and Anna have just gotten together. Which is nice. And this is...
I don't... It's Anna... Anna was in the first episode. I remember
Anna. she's a original. OG.
She's OG.
Yeah.
Is that a good thing then, do you think?
A good on her.
Yeah.
She's older. I don't know.
This is something people think about.
When I talk about it, when I'm watching it, I'm so invested in it. But when I talk about it, I'm kind of like, they're all known people.
Yeah. Has it already happened, right? Like the whole story of Love Island has happened. They're releasing it in these weekly installments, or is it happening live as we're here?
Oh no, it's already happened.
Yeah. So the story's there's no tension whatsoever.
There's a guy. Well, I think they all need to be like, we can't talk about it,
right?
And I don't know if they're all. One guy got not removed, but he left a couple of days ago. And
apparently he kicked her in the crotch.
What? I thought I missed something. I was like, oh my god, I've missed an episode.
Did that happen?
No. What? Does this happen?
I've read something about someone getting kicked in the crotch.
Oh shit, man. Maybe that's still to come. But apparently he was kept in a safe house. Like legit. Like he's the president.
Like the producers had him under lock and key.
Yeah.
So they're still on the island now?
I don't know, Calum. But I think it's been.
Right.
I'm pretty sure. There's a guy at work and apparently one of his friends worked on the show and he had to sign, and he's back now, but he had to like sign
an NDA?
Whatever. You know all about that. That's what you do for work.
I do NDAs.
I don't know.
Anyway, Love Island, man. Maybe write in. Maybe we'll become a Love Island podcast.
I wouldn't mind, to be honest. Well, I would need to get a bit more enthusiasm for it, because when I'm watching it, it's like the best thing in the world. Yeah,
people are really into it.
One thing I don't like about it, though, is like sometimes they must pay a fortune in music like rights, but it's like, it's so on the nose. Like, if someone breaks up with someone, it would be like some modern pop song about, and the lyrics are literally like, I can't believe you've left me. Do you know? And it's like really like, you're meant to be feeling this right now. You're meant to understand this.
Your social cue is pretty out there. Fair. The show, it's got broad appeal.
Yeah.
Can't deny its appeal. They sold a Lucozade on it, remember? Remember that? Last year there was like a special Lucozade. That was like a Love Island Lucozade.
I don't remember that, but
it didn't taste very nice, I'll tell you that.
Did you buy it?
Yeah.
That's so weird. Doesn't seem like a thing you would do.
I just want to be part of the world a little bit.
Yeah, that's what I feel with it as well. It's like, I'd want to be... Sometimes you just need to watch things so you get the
you're
memes.
part of the conscious, yeah.
Yeah.
without Game of Thrones, what is there?
But exactly, that's why I started watching it, because people were talking about dire wolves in work, and I was like, I don't know what that means.
Now
I
everyone's talking about like surfing and thongs and stuff, and you're
Yeah.
like, I need to get in on this.
Exactly.
I need to know what a thong is.
Yeah, I had no idea.
Yeah.
I thought it was some sort of hat. It's not.
I did wear a thong as a hat.
I just want to say that I climbed Ben Nevis a couple of days ago, so thank you to anyone who's like donated for
well
the
done
cause
you. I
or
didn't.
whatever. Yeah, like it was terrible, to be honest. It rained the whole way, but
Didn't see a lot.
yeah, it was boring. But the people, if anyone's listening who we've done it as a group and anyone donated, then thank you very much.
Them children are
Yeah.
a bit less in need.
Well, BBC's less in need as well. Let's not get into that.
No.
Let's not get
Episode
into
20,
that.
what's the topic?
Remakes ever better than the original? Is I think what I'm going to
The broad question.
title it as. So
Right. Snappy titles. That's what we're learning. We should have snappy titles.
I think that's a good title.
Okay.
Oh, and we got a copyright claim from
Oh, yeah, that was really cool.
Lionsgate, I want to say.
Is it Lionsgate?
Yeah, whoever is the production company behind La La Land. So they took down, because I got an email and it said in my wee email app, one email from YouTube, and I was like, oh, maybe got a new subscriber. Sent it 23. It's not bad.
One episode?
Yeah, it's not bad. And I read it, obviously, and it said, your video's been taken down. And I thought, what the fuck? So I read it, and yeah, because we used some stills from La La Land during our Ryan Gosling and Emma Stone episodes, they'd taken it down. But I was basically like, okay, we're just gonna have to deal with it. I'm gonna need to put it up again later without But then I thought, no, actually, no, I won't. So you can fight them.
Yeah.
The copyright claims, so that is what I done. I just emailed back. It gives you basically like 1,000 characters to write a reply to it, and I said, this episode is many things, but as we discussed La La Land in it at length, it is a review of La La Land, and like maybe 20 minutes later, it came up saying, yeah, you're...
There you go. They don't even, like, Lionsgate weren't going to get their top crack lawyers on it.
Yeah, because Liam Kavanagh's on the case.
Like, fuck, man, we can't mess with that. It was a review. That was like completely within the... I'm not a lawyer person, but I think...
Fair use.
It's fair use,
Fair
right?
use. Anything, I think if you're reviewing, I'm weird with like footage and stuff like that. I don't know exactly how that works, how long you can use it, and some people reverse it or like put a border around it and stuff.
But I think all of that is irrelevant because we're not making any money. Like it's literally like we're not stealing from Lionsgate's like bank purse.
And also we were really I love La La Land.
It's a good film.
Lionsgate,
you're making me dislike you.
No, not at all. Like I totally get it. Like
I don't pick on the little guys.
Yeah, right. We are a midget.
We're literally the little guys.
Yeah, we're the smallest of guys. So
back off.
I know. Like, just give us a break.
Yeah, well done for fighting the YouTube machine.
Yeah.
Let's keep it up.
But
let's keep going.
I'm not going to be like, you what? Like, what? Because I played the game and I won. Do you know what I mean?
1,000 characters is not a lot of time though.
Yeah, but that reply took me probably over an hour.
Yeah, I bet.
So
this is like Liam handles all of that, and I'm very grateful to you.
You still got the flat, but not for much longer. Let's not get into that.
But yeah, we've conquered YouTube, man. It's happened. 1-0, 6 out of 7.
Don't say that because I don't want to annoy YouTube, is what I'll say.
You're so scared of YouTube.
I'm a little scared of YouTube. It's our main platform.
Don't be scared of YouTube, man. YouTube, it's on the way out.
Nah, that's not true.
It's not on the way out, but we're on the way to conquering it.
Maybe.
20 episodes in.
Thank you to all the guests who've been on recently as well. We'll do our thank yous properly at the end for episode 20 and all that. But Gavin was on last week. It was a lot of fun. And thank you if you've listened and enjoyed the episode.
Learned a lot.
Yep. Yeah, he was very, very knowledgeable about
his
obscure comedies from 50 years ago.
Yeah, right on. We need a bit of that.
Move on with the episode. So, I think in terms of remakes, there's like 3 main types. There's like foreign remakes, so like films like The Departed, which is a remake of Infernal Affairs, which is a Cantonese film. See, I've got my notes.
Yeah, you've done well.
And then you've got tons of horrors.
And they just like redo it.
Yeah, but again, they're usually foreign as well. And then you've got like your Disney ones that are big now.
That's your 3 types of remakes?
I would say, like, that's in my head.
Okay.
That's, like, the main...
Disney get their own category.
Yeah, well, I've got a whole page on them. So.
Let's do it.
Do you know what I mean, though? Like, I would say
I don't know whether I use those categories, but I see what you're saying.
There's not many. There's like What Women Want, and then was remade into What Men Want.
Yeah. Yeah,
but
that's a good example.
I don't think it's that common that like a Western film is just...
True Grit.
Yeah, and like Magnificent Seven, but that's Seven Samurai.
Yes, based on the Kurosawa. I was going to mention that's the only one I could really like identify properly in that category as a remake. They got sued, you know. Sergio Leone, they like the Japanese company were like, "That's our film. You've
Fucking
just
hell."
done." And they were like, "You're right. That is our we've done your film."
So what came of that?
Nothing. They got some money, right? They got some money and an apology, but the film continues to.
Yeah, I mean,
Kurosawa is arguably not as well known as Clint Eastwood and spaghetti westerns generally, but there was a legal thing. You correct me on that, internet. I'm pointing at the internet. Correct me at that if I'm wrong, but I think that's how it went down.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's how it went down.
It's good to know.
Good to know.
Do your first one.
My first one. I'm doing things that I've seen. Like Men in Black International, I saw very recently.
Tell me about it. I've not seen it.
Films. It's a good film. It's a good film. It's all right. Like the Men in Black formula is essentially there. They've got a female character in the sort of Will Smith, I'm discovering this secret organisation. I'm going to work my way up. In the original film, he's recruited. And in this one, they sort of make a sort of a millennial case. Like, you can't get those jobs anymore. You have to kind of like fight your way in. Sort of thing, which is kind of cool. What I will say, though, is that Men in Black International lacks the gross out factor. Men in Black 1, Men in Black 2... to a lesser extent, Men in Black 3 had a real gross out factor where everyone got covered in goo and like people were splurting blood and like ectoplasm and stuff. There's none of that in this, and it bothered me. There should have been lots of like goo. Chris Hemsworth was covered in goo at one point.
Is it more family? And that was probably in his contract.
No goo.
I will not be covered in goo.
No goo, please.
Yeah. Is it more family friendly then?
It's a little bit. I mean, there's no, not even really, because like Chris Hemsworth like is a bit of a Lothario character, sleeping with aliens and stuff.
Ooh.
But it's a strong sort of return to the basics. Like this is what the Men in Black films are about, and like we've done we protect Earth from the scum of the universe. Mm-hmm. They say that many times in order to get you, and it's not strictly speaking a reboot because the original film sort of exists in the continuity.
Are they not in a painting?
They're in a painting. Yeah. They're in a painting in High T's office. Liam Neeson's office. It's them, and then back to 2016 when they saved the world in Paris. Chris Hemsworth and Liam Neeson.
Oh, right, okay.
Which is like part of the story. But anyway, that's a reboot that exists and I think fits our format and is also a brief review of Men in Black International.
But surely one is better.
Men in Black 1 will always be better, yeah, I think. Because of the gross out. I enjoy the gross out.
One is quite dark, I would say. It's got I love what's the actor's name? He's in the guy from Full Metal Jacket and
Tommy Lee Jones.
No, he's not in Full Metal
He's
Jacket.
Not. I don't know who you mean.
The guy from this is pathetic. He's in so much. He's in Jurassic World. He's the villain. Oh. He's the villain in Men in Black.
Yeah,
the big cockroach guy.
Yeah,
like
I know who you mean, but
he's
I don't know what his name.
He's great in it, and he's creepy.
He's gross. He's yeah. Sugar water.
Yeah.
Sugar water. Yeah. There's none of that in this. Which is a shame.
Is it funny?
Sort of funny. Like there's a bit where the guy's got a beard and the beard is in fact an alien, which is kind of cool.
God. Why did you see it?
That's what was on conveniently for the time, and also it fits our remake. This is a reboot or remake, or it's something like they're trying to reinvigorate. It's a reinvigoration.
Yeah.
Do one of yours.
Yeah. So well, I've not seen Infernal Affairs.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Yeah, a lot of them. When I sat down, I didn't because I was like to Calum, I've got a topic for episode 20, and then when I actually came to look, there's a Wikipedia article on every remake apparently, and I was like, I've not seen a lot of these.
Yeah, we haven't watched all the films out there.
Yeah,
never claimed that.
There's a lot out there, but Martyrs. You seen Martyrs? Yeah. I've seen both versions of Martyrs.
I've only seen the new one.
The American one is just a bit more. The French one, I was like, I had to stop because there's this. From what I remember of it, because it's quite fucked up trying to follow it. A girl is basically kidnapped as a child and kept in a sort of like a warehouse until she escapes. But there's some sort of like entity in her, and then at the end she's captured again, and they like tear her skin off. Yeah. Have you seen that?
To get it, yeah.
I can't really remember the plot of it, but I remember that.
That was it, basically.
But there's the scene where the girl finds the family who kidnapped her, and she like brutally kills them, and she.
This is the French one you're talking about?
I think it's both versions, but the French one I had to stop, and in the French version, the girl hits the mum with a hammer in the head, and that's one thing I can watch, like gore and stuff like that, and I'm fine with that. But when like I see like kill list
head stuff,
yeah, when I see like someone's head literally being squashed, I'm a bit iffy.
I shouldn't laugh at that. That's horrid. That's a horrible thought.
That's the only time. And
that's your thing. That's your
injections.
Don't like injections.
See someone getting
needles in the arms.
Yeah, I don't like that really.
So what? So the American. So let's talk about remakes, right? Let's try and not do like what grosses out like.
That would be a good episode.
That'd
be a really good episode.
There we go. We could do that.
Yeah.
21. But like, so the remake, the French film was like too extreme, and the American one they were like, we're going to dial it back. And it became more commercially successful. Like, I think that's the one people know much more. A lot of these reboots or remakes are like, those are the ones that people know.
Yeah, like Wreck and Quarantine.
Yeah.
It's like similar thing. Like, they just dial it back ever so slightly and maybe give it more of like a polish. And then that's it. Like
that's all that it takes.
I've not seen all the French one, I don't think then, because I think I did actually stop it at that bit. Maybe the American one has that bit in it as well, but it's fine. Like, I'm
right in Orb.
He's talking to the microphone.
There's
not someone here called Orb. It's fine. Like, I wouldn't say like that's. I don't really understand why that has
a remake.
Well, one of the categories I've got are like shot for shot remakes.
Yes,
which I don't really get. Like Psycho from 1960. Obviously, sorry, I'm just all over the place with my notes.
Yeah, you've got a lot of notes.
From 1960, obviously Alfred Hitchcock. It's like a classic. It's really good. Even now, I think that still
stands up.
That's his best film, I think, because it still holds up. Like it still feels modern to me, and the same way like The Invisible Man does. Like that is these films are like so ahead of their time. But then the Gus Van Sant one from 1998 is there's one scene where what's his name, Vince Vaughn is Norman Bates, and he watches her through a peephole and like has a wank watching her shower, which isn't in the original, and that's like the only bit that's added. And I just wonder why. First of all, why remake Psycho? It's like remaking Back to the Future. It just doesn't need. It's a just classic. But why make it shot for shot? And same with The Omen from 1976, and then the one in 2006. It's shot for, it's the exact same film. So I just wonder why
the polish is not really enough, is what you're saying. Like when you're remaking a film, there's something you've got to do something to it.
Add something to it, like the miniseries from 1990, and then
the film,
the two-parter, and then the film from 2017. They apart from Tim Curry and that, the miniseries is pretty shit. But the film's pretty good. I would say.
Pretty good. And what is that? What do they do?
Well, it's more obviously they've split it into two, just like the miniseries, but it's just a lot more cohesive and
they've cut a lot of the flack.
Yeah, there's a lot of
stuff.
Scenes, especially in the second part of the miniseries, where they're just like in a Chinese restaurant and it's like happy music playing over the top, and the acting's better and it's better like production and stuff like that. So obviously that's just money. There's more money that's gone into the new one. But yeah, like with The Omen and Psycho and Martyrs to an extent, I just think like it's not about rights. It's not like when Disney might have remade a few of their films for like so they retain the rights. I just wonder like why, because millions of dollars went into these films.
I think as they just want to say like introduce the film to new people, and like this film is not well known, so we can just like do it. Like the whole Kurosawa thing, it wasn't broadly released. Those his films, Yojimbo, wasn't broadly released. So then he was, that was an Americanized. It was naturally fit an American mold, and we'll just put it in a Western, and like it'll sell on the same sort of grounds.
But it did,
and it did, and it's it's one of the most successful kind of hybridizing things that's ever been.
And now that has a remake.
Yes, and now that's sort of everything is sort of. Now everything's kind of a remake and a reboot, right? Like, are we not? Everything's an adaptation of something.
Well, that's why
adaptation.
when something original comes out, you're so like, good, it's so refreshing, and you're like, oh my god, it's.
Can't believe it.
I can't even think. Maybe
like what's out right now that is of itself
nothing.
I'm
trying to think if like Toy Story is coming out tomorrow, which is obviously a sequel, and then the next thing after that is Far From Home, which is
Queen's Corgi,
which isn't
from the geniuses behind Romeo and Juliet.
I don't
and Sherlock Gnomes.
That'll probably do well.
Probably will.
That'll probably make back its money, but I've no idea why Not here, anyway.
And it's not an original thing, really, because the Queen and Corgis are a thing that exists. It's
Yeah,
not an original story.
it's like a cute idea.
Yeah, but that's all it is.
Added a film. I can't really think... The last good original film, I honestly...
Booksmart. There you go. Booksmart.
Yeah.
Although Booksmart hit, as you say, a lot of the Superbad beats, but I think it was its own thing.
Yeah, it's its own original idea, but in terms of that, I think like Martin McDonagh is like really at the forefront for that.
Yeah.
Like currently, like an original just script that's an original idea. Like Three Billboards it felt like really refreshing when you were watching it because didn't feel like anything else. Booksmart, as much as I enjoyed it, feels like you're watching a teen comedy. My parents seen it last night and they loved it.
It's what it is though. Like it feels like that because that's what it is.
No, but you know what I mean? Like whereas like it's so rare to actually get like watching like Drive. It's like
I mean these are films that we like and we have like that attachment to. It's rare. Cinema is putting out so much stuff out all the time trying to appeal to literally everyone and anyone. It makes sense that it'd be unique to have those one-on-one experiences where you're like, God, that's great. When will the next one will be? I really like Dread. That's a remake. Dread 2012. I was reading up about this and I watched it again. This is like, I've done some research. I watched a couple of films. I watched Dread again and I was like, I can't believe in the 90s, like, what were they thinking? It's such a campy film. Man.
Yeah.
It's so colourful. It's such a colourful film.
Well, he doesn't wear his helmet for like the whole thing.
That was very strange.
That was the problem.
Like the source material does not speak to any of that campiness at all. Like the outfits are a bit garish, maybe, but they're a bit gregarious. But nothing else. I have no idea what hints or what they were reading to be like, we're gonna do this. Like, so weird.
What are the comics like?
Comics are really gritty and like gross and quite like they're dark.
But did they maybe take a turn? Like,
I haven't read them all, so I couldn't say that. But the ones that I've read, the one like Pat Mills, like early 90s sort of thing, were it's like it's dark and it's like a condemnation of like that period in British history as well. Like where unemployment is really, really high, like people feel disaffected, and like Mega City 1 is just a big an allegory for like what people. Let's not do that.
No.
Dread was bloody good. The Drug, Slow Mo, whatever it is. I love that.
Dread
3D. I watched it in 3D.
I heard it was like it's like one of the best films to watch.
It's a really good 3D film. I'd recommend it. That's a good remake.
It needs a sequel.
They're never going to do it. I was reading this. They're not going to do it. It's not going to happen.
Like it was like at one point going to be crowdfunded and stuff like that. Like because it's Carl Urban. It's Dread.
I don't want to call you out, Calum, but you're looking a bit paunchy right now as well. Yeah, he's a bit flabby.
Fat shame.
He's a bit flabby.
Sick fuck.
He doesn't look. He's not chiseled like Dread is, unfortunately.
The last thing I seen him in was Ragnarok.
Yeah, and he's a bit.
Yeah.
It kind of suits the role, but like he needs to get back in the gym. He's going to be Dread. He needs to, get on the shred diet or something.
You could be Dread.
I'm calling you out. Oh, thanks. I'll take that as
Domhnall Gleeson's in that film.
Yeah.
And at one point he listens to the Snuffbox theme.
Yeah.
From the TV show.
I need to watch. You still haven't sent me that.
Bizarre, like weird connections.
There's like the comics are like as well as a lot of like pop culture references and like the punk scene is sort of lived on into the future, and it's quite cool to see those sort of cross references.
Yeah,
I enjoy that. And the film did a good job of that.
It's probably done in like 50 million as well. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
It's like Die Hard, but the future. It's essentially like they were like, we're just going to do. It's a shame it came out very similar time to The Raid. The Raid was a really, really good film, but I think Dread got a lot of the like we're doing a tower block kind of Die Hard thing, and The Raid didn't get as much sort of renown or appreciation because it was sort of the same format. But I really liked it. And it probably was. I wish I had that information for you.
What information?
Like the budget information.
Yeah.
But it did okay. Fine. It did okay. It kind of like was moderate. It didn't make its money back especially. It wasn't a big sellout thing, but
maybe
very popular.
I think they'll reboot it in the future. I think they'll come back to it.
Carl, just get in the gym.
He's doing his best. That was like 8 years ago now.
2012, yeah.
Fuck, man.
But Carl, I'm sorry. It's just a feeling that I have.
That's fine.
This is the internet. I can say my feelings.
I know, but 50 listeners.
50 listeners.
One of them could be Carl
Disagree
Urban.
with me.
He seems like he would be like. It seems like he goes to fan events and like. Yeah. I was Judge Dredd once.
Yeah.
I was in Lord of the Rings.
We're not gonna go back to Lord of the Rings because Lord of the Rings had its moment. Its day.
I done my best.
Yeah, so did I.
I held court. You done very well.
Give us another remake / reboot / rejig.
Suspiria.
Oh yeah.
I fucking hate the remake. Really? I watched that on a screen on my own, and I actually left Like, I
Midway.
just left. I was eating a baguette and I didn't enjoy the baguette, so I left for a while and like put it in the bin and just looked at a couple of film posters and then walked back.
Liam,
have you seen it?
I haven't, but I don't think I would.
Shit. It's just like arty for the sake of it.
We're not big fans of those sort of.
I think
things.
you would probably like it. And I don't know what that means.
With a baguette. I don't know what you're trying to suggest.
It was covered in mayonnaise. Who eats a ham and cheese baguette with mayonnaise on it?
You, apparently.
Nonces in prison. It's a bad time.
It's a strong opinion. That's a strong opinion. Why do you bring this in if you don't like it?
Because I just want, like, this is the one from 1977?
The original.
I've not even written it down. But yeah, I think it's 1977. It's like, yeah, I was right. It's like more of a slasher.
Yeah.
It's obviously still got that witch storyline, but it's a lot more of the time. And then
we like Tilda Swinton though.
Yeah, she plays 3 parts and actually plays Tilda Swinton.
Yeah, as
a dance teacher, and then she's like an old man who, what's his storyline again? He's his wife died, but I can't remember. Is it in the Holocaust? Can't remember. And then she plays one of the head witch at the time, who's like this big grotesque thing.
Cool. It sounded like something I would have watched. Right? You've known me too well, but it was in the cinema for about 15 seconds. Like I really,
15 seconds too long.
I'll
hated it.
Get it on DVD probably.
Probably my least favourite film of this year so far. I think it was this year. Maybe last year.
Could have been early this year.
I'd say it's my least. I couldn't. It was just so long.
And they didn't need to remake it. Just watch the original. Re-release it. They're doing a lot of re-releases.
It's a bit different. Like I think if you like it, I know there's tons of. I've watched a few reviews of people that loved it, said it's the best film of the year. Right. I think that's people wanting to like it. Do you know what I mean?
Some people feel the obligation that like there is something a bit above or a bit arty, a bit transcendent that slasher format, and they need to sort of say that I get that. I get it. But other people do get it. Yeah. Other people are. It's not every film is for every person. Then and I don't think it was intended for a baguette and then you leave midway through. I just got to throw that out there. I'm gonna put that out there for you. Perhaps they didn't want you to do that when they were making that film.
Fuck them. There was one bit with Dakota Johnson, and she's doing like her first routine in front of them all. She kind of possesses this girl who's in another room. Ooh. And she's doing this. It's kind of modern dance, but what's it called?
I don't know, modern dance.
Yeah, but there's a name for it.
We're not dancers here.
I know. Speak for yourself, Calum.
I've never seen you dance.
I've seen Suspiria. She's doing a dance and she's possessing this girl, and she basically contorts herself into like this small like ball, and it's pretty gross, and she like pisses herself and stuff like that. It's pretty grim. That bit was like, this is quite interesting.
It's not in the original.
No, but no good. I'd rather watch the original.
Fair. It's there to watch. Like the thing about these things, because I want to talk about. Can I talk about one now?
Of course.
Ghostbusters 2016. People really hated it, right? And like, it's not a good film, but they hated it before they even had a chance to like it. And what I wish people would realise, which I'm sure they do actually, but it seemed like when you read the furore, like no one, like the original films are still there. Like the original Suspiria is still there. You don't have to watch every remake of a film that you like. You don't need to turn up to every sequel. You can still enjoy the originals, right? Mm-hmm. And Ghostbusters 2016 was, I think, the problem with it was there were certain problems with it, but it wasn't for everyone. But that doesn't invalidate the original films, particularly because it wasn't a direct sequel. It creates a new sort of universe in which Ghostbusters exist, and it's an all-female cast, and they're in New York in the modern day. I would have much preferred it had they made some attempt to kind of, and be a better film, obviously. I'd like it to be a better film. But if it had made some attempt to be kind of like a Ghostbusters 3, and they're like, somehow related to the original team, or they are reinvigorating the cause or something. Because it tried to sort of, its nods were all a bit, I don't know, a bit blasé, not very connected. And that bothered me. Because I'm a fan of Ghostbusters.
Yeah, it's not something I watched when I was young that much. So it's not like, if they remade A New Hope, and like even if it was an all-female cast, I wouldn't really care. But if they just, I don't know, it was just a little silly. Yeah. Like it's 10 minutes in, and I get like, what's Kate, whatever her name is from Saturday Night. No, the one that's meant to be like Igor, the one with the hair.
Oh right.
You know her name? Kate McKinnon, I think her name
is. Yeah.
Igor.
Yeah.
What's it?
She's got the glasses, yeah.
Yeah. Looks a bit like her. Like him. And she's like making like queef jokes, and she's like...
That bothered you?
No, not, but it's just like, what is this? This isn't like this...
That was, the film was quite good at that point, I thought. Like an hour of that film was really good, then it really went off the rails and kind of could never really recover.
She's like eating Pringles, and she's like... Once you pop, you can't stop. It's like it's just that's in it. That's
but is that your issue with the film?
It's just
she quoted the Pringles like thing. Like I'm not going to go and say Ghostbusters 2016 was amazing. It wasn't, but I don't think that was because of its like ostensive goal. I think that was poor writing and like a big CGI fest at the end where they're fighting like circus clowns. Like it's mental at the end.
Yeah,
really
in the dick.
That's how you get men.
Take that, man.
I mean. I wouldn't like that. I wouldn't enjoy that. But yeah, it's a bad remake. It's a bad remake.
Paul Feig, he makes like, I don't know, sometimes he makes a good film, sometimes he doesn't. Like, I think he wrote Bridesmaids, or did he No, he directed Bridesmaids. But he wrote and directed this. So it's like, I think he's a good director. But I'm probably wrong.
Yeah, someone will write in.
Mixed up, but...
Our next guest will write in.
He's done nothing.
No, I mean, it was like it panned, didn't it? It was very broadly unaccepted.
Are they not remaking that now again?
Are they?
I think so, yeah.
I mean, I like the Ghostbuster concept. I think it's cool and they should do more of it. I just wish it had some more of an attempt to homage the original, like maybe she was a daughter or a niece or like something like that, and like you could bring Bill Murray and the original team in and it's sort of like a handing of the torch kind of thing. I'd have liked a bit more of that.
Bill Murray in that film, like...
He was awful.
Well, he just looks so uninterested. They were probably like, we'll give you...
It's a morning shoot.
We'll give you 10 million to just show... He comes in and there's a scene in the apartment where he literally comes in and like walks to a seat and just sits down.
And then gets blown out the window.
Yeah, and you're just like, oh, Bill Murray. OTB Bill Murray.
Yeah, OTB Bill Murray. I think he's a nice guy.
Getting paid to sit down.
Anyway, we'll move on. This film, I don't have remakes. I don't know. Is it... We found...
You got more?
Ones? I've got some.
Go for it. Keep going.
So I could do another one. I did Ghostbusters and I'm doing another one. Alright. I watched... This is another film I watched in preparation. I watched Godzilla King of the Monsters. I keep wanting to say King of Monsters. And I mean King of the Monsters, right? And I watched... just in case anyone was curious. Godzilla King of the Monsters, not King of Monsters.
That's fine.
Because there's like a definite article. It's these monsters he's king of, not just monsters generally. I watched the 1956 one. That's what I'm trying to say. And I watched the original, not the original, the reboot, the 2019 one. They're not really remakes, strictly speaking.
Is that the original from?
I watched the 56 one, Godzilla King of Monsters. It's the same title, King of the Monsters.
Right. Okay.
But it's King of the Monsters with an exclamation point. Whereas this one is just King of the Monsters, it's not an exclaiming.
Like, Godzilla, relax yourself.
Godzilla, he's King of the Monsters.
The originals were like, fuck.
He's King of the Monsters.
Jesus.
Yeah, that's exactly the point. So I watched them, and there's some sort of like the oxygen bomb is taken from the original, and there's a few little details, some character names, but it's not. They're totally different films.
What one did you prefer?
I really liked the modern one, 2019.
Fuck. Oh,
I love monsters fighting.
Garbage.
We know this. Garbage. I love a monster. I love a monster fight.
Yeah,
and this one had a lot of monster fighting.
I prefer the Gareth Edwards one.
What? As in like 2014?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's more monsters in this one.
Yeah, but like
you've seen this then?
Yeah, but when they fight in the 2014 one, it's like it feels like two fucking massive monsters are like smashing into each other.
Yeah.
And like the scale's all wrong in this one. When you see Godzilla, it's like in the Gareth is it Edgars or Edwards?
I don't know.
Edwards, I think. Gareth Edwards. He's done Rogue One.
Yes,
same guy.
Edwards.
It's like it feels like a huge. It feels like a big like the birds are like on him like grooming or whatever birds do to like large animals. Like they get the wee parasites off them or whatever. And it feels just like when he's in the water, like the boats around him shake and stuff. And that was just like. The scaling is so right in that film. There's not enough like Mewtwo and Godzilla or Mewtwo or whatever.
Who are you talking about?
Like the big no, and the Gareth Edwards one. There's the big flying
Mewtwo
one
or something.
Yeah, there's not enough like actual fighting, but the fight at the end is totally worth it. And I love the human like when they're flying through. The fight and they're just I actually really like it. Like it's
and this one
really
didn't
good.
match up to you.
No, I think this one the human characters are fucking dreadful. Like the acting in it is shocking. There's that guy that's like what did you say, gonorrhea? I was like, what even is happening? Like, this is
O'Shea, yeah.
so shit.
The classic line, dude hates Titans.
Yeah. Eleven's good in it. And
she's really good.
the girl,
Millie
the woman
Bobby
from
Brown.
The Conjuring, who's got like a kind of laugh.
She was a weird villain. I didn't understand her
Yeah,
motivation, really.
at least she didn't get her, like, she wasn't like, I'm just going to live with my family. Then she was like, nah, I kind of need to, because I've caused this. Yeah. But I just thought, like, what I like, and like the two Godzilla films I've seen, because I've not seen any of the Japanese
You should watch
ones.
King of the Monsters. Is like, it's exciting and interesting, and like it's funny. There's a bit where they're like going up to this mountain to like investigate, and it's just like his head and his torso. It's like not the whole thing, and he's like looking down on them, and then you have to go, oh fuck, we have to hightail it out of here. It's not the whole body, like they've just got the half suit. It's funny.
There's just so much. I was watching Chernobyl at the same time as I seen that film. Like, we were like happy for it, and there's a part where they drop a nuclear bomb, or Godzilla like goes full nuclear, and they're in the helicopter, maybe like 800 meters away from it, staring at this nuclear bomb going off, and like there's one part where he comes out the water, and they're on a ship like 200 meters away from it. I judge everything in meters, by the way.
Yeah.
And they
get down with Imperial.
They don't even move. Like they're just like, they just kind of go like, oh.
Yeah, but it's not very clear what his radiation is though, because the whole thing is that the Titans are like regenerating the Earth. And like, that's not what radiation does, Liam. It's a special kind of radiation.
No, but I just think like, I think the Gareth Edwards one is a lot more like set in the real. But I get that Kong is more, it's like hyper realistic.
Yeah.
And I think that's what they're going for now.
Yeah, they really, the end was like, we're fucking scaling up to this.
I didn't stay for the post credits. Me and Steph were like laughing through it, so we were like, let's get out of here.
Yeah. I get what you're saying. I do like the sense of scale makes sense, because the first battle, it was strange that Ghidorah, I think it's Ghidorah, I'm probably saying it wrong, and Godzilla fight in Antarctica, and there is no sense of size. It's just like they're gonna have this mad fight like in the snow.
Yeah.
And I guess, I mean, I'm sure that works for loads of reasons, budgeting, narrative, CGI. It must be easy to do CGI in a white expanse rather than in San Francisco. It was San Francisco that gets like fucked up.
Yeah.
And this time it's Boston. But there's no millions people died. And I loved that.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that scale.
I can't remember the dad actor's name, the guy from Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah.
The policeman. But he's like, they set down, they land in their helicopter.
Dude hates Titans.
And immediately he's like, what's is Sammy or something like that his daughter's called? And then he's just like,
Madison.
Maddie. I knew it was like an A name. Yeah. And he's like, Maddie. Like, literally a million of people have died.
Yeah.
The place is leveled, and he's hoping to find his like 15-year-old daughter.
He finds
her.
I know,
but it's just like, come on, man. Like
he did a lot of that film screaming people's names. He was screaming Maddie, he was screaming Emma. Start the film, he was screaming Andrew.
Yeah.
Just like,
there's one part as well where he's like on like a Skype call, and he's like, they're like, they say good luck to him or something like that, and he turns around and he's like, yeah, we're gonna need it. Like, I need a gif of that, like, to like post on memes. Do you know what I mean? Because that was all round terrible. It's a bad film.
The film has to do the human bit, right? It's a human story because we're humans and we care about humans. But you're not watching it for that. You're watching it for Rodan flying through and like sending people into space.
100%. But the Gareth Edwards one, Edwards, I think I've changed how I say his name several times, is like, it builds up to this fight, and I actually cared about the human characters. Like, it's so stupid, this one guy trying to get back to his, but he kind of forgets about his family, and then he's like
by the way,
I'm going to help deal with this bomb. Like, I'm going to help out here. Then when the guys like let them fight, you're like, yeah, like get into it. Do you know what I mean? Like, let's have a fight now.
Yeah.
But in that, it was just like too much. This podcast has really lost its its way.
This is a remake. This is a totally. I think this is within the purview exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
And watch Godzilla King of the Monsters, because it's also interesting and worth watching. See how far we've come. We've come a long way since then. You know.
Oh, I thought you meant the new one.
Yeah. I also watched the new one.
Yeah.
Do another one.
Red Dragon and Manhunter. Have you seen both of them? You've seen either of them?
Big fan.
I prefer Red Dragon.
Yeah.
Even though it's directed by a rapist, so it kind of...
You have to bring it up, don't you?
Sullies the broth.
You have to bring it up
slightly
every time.
But yeah, it's good. I prefer the Manhunter. Brian Cox is really good as Hannibal Lecter, but it's got that, it's slightly cheap feeling, I think. I always remember that bit where he's sitting down watching it's like the crime scene. Did he film it, or is it just a film of the police scene? I can't remember. But he's watching it, and it's like realising that he's touched the victims.
Yeah.
And in the original, the guy's like, you touched him, you son of a bit. Like, it just feels like really like hammy, whereas like in the new one, Edward Norton, it's just like it feels a lot more natural.
Right.
It's a bit more action packed.
Yeah.
A bit of an easier watch. So
yeah, it's more American. More
that's what I would say is a better remake.
There you go. We've got a couple. In this podcast, we haven't established really what we're trying to do. Good remakes, bad remakes, we're just doing examples of.
Can I just do my Disney ones? Just
Keep
to
going.
Like, rhyme them off. So, of like, obviously you've got like Alice in Wonderland. I've not seen the original or the remake, but watching from what I've seen of the remakes, it seems like a fucking headache, so I'll probably never
watch the original.
Yeah.
That one.
Seems like a bit of fun.
Do it.
Yeah. But obviously Jungle Book, and then that was made in 2016.
It's another one.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
It's pretty...
I like how Mowgli gets really fucked up. Like, he's like scarred and bruised and battered.
No.
Yeah.
You're thinking of the Netflix one.
No, I'm not. There's a little bit. It's not more so in the Netflix one, but in that he's still a bit like cut up and...
Oh, right, okay.
He still gets...
I've seen it in the IMAX when it came out, but that's really it. Beauty and the Beast, and then Aladdin from like modern. But I would say...
These are all remakes.
They're like... I don't know. Is Aladdin better?
I think they're trying to like... It's like... It's for us. It's literally for our generation. It's like you don't feel comfortable watching the cartoon, so now watch this one, and like we can sort of bring those themes and ideas, and we can be kids again. I think I'm being treated like a child.
There's a bit of nostalgia in there, isn't there? But
100%.
I think they're like A Beauty and the Beast is probably my least favourite of those three.
That was the first one, right? The first attempt.
Yeah, and then it goes Beauty and the Beast and then Dumbo, which I haven't seen. Have you seen Dumbo?
New Dumbo, no.
But
don't bother.
They don't feel like rushed out. They're well, like
it's not inventive, is it?
But they're like well thought out, you know, and like the songs, they don't ruin the songs, they don't ruin any of the characters, they don't do anything like that. You know?
They should make a really fucked up Pinocchio.
Why?
Because I think just these stories are actually quite dark when you look at the original, like Brothers Grimm stories, like, and there's room there to tell something interesting. Because like the fact that you love Pinocchio as a kid, you really enjoyed that, but like this is what it's really about, and like. Let's think about that.
Nah, I think there's enough unpleasantness in the world, so
we need a bit of Disney
magic.
It's
nice to just have a bit.
Did you watch the Frozen 2 trailer?
No.
Did you like it? No, I didn't watch it.
Did you? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I've seen it.
I'm not a big fan of Frozen.
I think it's pretty cool. She can't freeze the ocean. She's trying to freeze the ocean.
What?
Yeah.
Dear
She like froze the whole bay last time, and now she can't even freeze a fucking wave.
Oh my god.
What's wrong with her? She's losing her fucking will. Anyway, I'm going to watch it. Looking forward to the songs. Mad Max 2015.
Yeah.
That's a fantastic remake. Come on now. Don't just go, yeah.
I'm not... Do you mean of... What's the second one called?
So there's... Fury Road is like this 2015 one.
Yeah.
And then it was... The original was Mad Max Thunderdome, and then Beyond Thunderdome.
Was it not Road Warrior?
Mad Max Road Warrior is the first one.
Oh, right,
It's like Mad Max...
I've only seen 2.
Road Warrior.
Road Warrior.
I think that's right.
I've only seen 2.
Okay.
Of the original trilogy.
But what do you think about this one, 2015? Because it's a remake.
Yeah, it's good.
We're doing a remake episode.
It's solid. It's fine.
It's really?
Yeah,
I thought you'd been really into it.
It's good. It's got all the parts, but I'm not...
It's got all the parts.
I remember...
You loved the guy with the guitar, who was like...
Just like...
I love that.
Chill face.
What?
From Star Wars.
I don't remember him doing that bit, but I remember it being really rad, and like Nicholas Hoult witnessed me. It was awesome. I think it did really well, actually, Liam.
It's good. It's solid.
It's alright. You didn't like it? I'm surprised at this, actually.
Maybe I need to go back. It's just pretty... I don't know, it's gross. Some of it's pretty gross. You've got like the Mullers.
The milk, yeah.
Yeah, and you've got the guy that's like, he's like the villain. Not very pleasant to look at.
Right. Okay. I'm just trying to think, actually, is it Mad Max, then Mad Max Road Warrior, then Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome?
I think it is. Because what did you call the second one?
Thunderdome. Thunderdome Beyond Thunderdome.
No,
I think you're right.
Yeah.
No, I think you're right. Because Thunderdome's the city, the little town, or whatever.
I do like it. I've only seen it once.
I've seen it a few times. I love the opening cinematic where they cut a lot of the frames out, and it's really disorientating, and like it's sort of cool to sort of emulate his experience. He's trying to like run out of this place, and it's really like it's like a bit headache inducing, but in a good way. I love it. Charlize Theron as the handless driver.
Furiosa.
Yeah, she was awesome.
Yeah,
I think, and it's again, I watched it and I wanted like, I want more. Give me a sequel. But actually,
just leave it as is.
Maybe just leave it. Like the concept has been sufficiently done. The problem with the original Mad Max trilogy is they gave it a bigger budget and they couldn't really tell any bigger stories because like the world's fucked up. There's no like big bad.
Yeah.
It's just these little
You
communities.
can't save it. It's not coming back.
There's no big denouement. It's just like these people just trying to get by. And Mad Max Fury Road tells that story with a big budget and some rad guitar effects.
One of my favourite Peep Show quotes is when Mark gets mugging season 3, episode 1, and he comes in and he's like really beaten down because he's been mugged, and Jeremy asks him what's up, and he says, 2 guys mugged me in the subway underpass, and he's like, you've got to toughen up. You've seen Mad Max, haven't you? That's what's going to happen. It's one of my favourite quotes. But
there we go. Peep Show getting a look in
episode 20. Every episode.
Episode 20 needs a show. And how are the seagulls doing?
I can't see them because we're in a different location, different locale.
I think we can't finish. I was going to do Star Trek, but I think actually we've got to be a bit quicken process, quicken up. Superhero reboots. We can't stop. Can't go through this without mentioning superheroes because they're the big remakes.
Are they reboots though? Like
Dark Knight?
Yeah, I know, but
Man of Steel, Superman. No, that's I've said that. Man of Steel. Spider-Man, X-Men.
Remakes are more like I can see.
It's
where
a remake.
You could get the comparisons between like Batman '89 and The Dark Knight because it's got It's got a kind of boardroom scene where like he says, "Show you a magic trick with a pencil," and they've got the scene with Jack Nicholson like. With the buzzer, and then it's got the part where like he's driving at him and he's like hit me, and there's a similar scene in Batman '89. But I think remakes need to be like this is us trying to remake a film. There's no straight remake of a superhero film.
But it's a reboot. We're not doing reboots as well.
Yeah, I guess. What's your favourite one?
Favourite what of all those?
Yeah,
of all the superheroes, I liked X-Men First Class.
Yeah,
we watched Dark
that's a good
Phoenix,
one.
and now I'm gonna say First Class was like. That was really... I really like the original X-Men.
Yes.
And it's not a remake of that, which is perhaps means that it shouldn't be in the podcast. But X-Men First Class is just a standout. It's a really cool superhero film. It's a superhero film, but it's exciting and interesting, and like it does the period bit. It does the... we get a sense of like Magneto and Professor X as people communicating, and that is like the essential rivalry / friendship is done really, really well. And
it's
like,
small scale. It's like
scale.
obviously until the end where it's like all about like the Cold War, but it's like it feels smaller. It feels like they are just kids learning how to use these powers. Do you know what I mean? And the first one as well, obviously until again the end where Magneto's like, I want to turn the whole world into mutants. It's a weird plot, but it does feel a lot smaller.
Yeah,
I think my favourite one is Homecoming, for where it was to
fair.
Where they took it.
Well done then. Well done. It's a remake.
Should we call it quits there?
We could do.
Do you want to do gross out episode next week?
We could do a gross episode.
I quite like that. I've been thinking about that.
Have you?
In my mind tank.
Have you got examples?
I'll save it for next week.
Save it for next time. Thanks for listening, everyone.
Yeah.
I'll round out.
Callum's got to get to work. He's rushing us out the door.
I'm trying not to. I don't know what time it is. The laptop
It's 11.
is so far away.
It's 11, so...
Oh, that's fine. We've got time. The laptop is so far away, I can't even see it.
I told you it's 11.
I know, but I'm just pointing out that this system is odd.
He's pointing to the internet. Hey, it worked last week. It was our best quality sounding, so...
Yeah, and best quality episode.
So, yeah, episode 20. Thank you
in the can
so much for listening.
Here's the next 20.
Yeah, I get it. Like, it's a small milestone, but yeah, if you've supported us in any way, and I don't mean that as in, like, you've, like, gave us something, do you know what I mean, or came on the show, but
just
literally,
if
you've listened or said to me in person, like, oh, your podcast is quite nice, it really does mean so much because I think we really enjoy doing this.
We do. This is the only time we talk now. We used to be friends outside of the internet, and now this is all we do. This is all how we hang out. I like it though. It's a weekly thing.
It's good. Nice. We catch up for a few minutes before.
See
where Calum's life's at, and then we do a podcast.
Anyway, you don't need to hit any of that.
So yeah, genuinely though, thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks guys.
Yeah, and follow us on the gram.
It's important that you
do that. It's all about the gram. I need to get a photo of Calum.
And you like and subscribe.
Yes,
and hit that like button. Do that.
All the good stuff. So yeah, episode 21 will be out next week at some point.
I felt so dirty saying that. I felt so dirty.
How?
Just felt like needy.
Yeah, we are needy.
I don't want to appear that way. I don't want to come across like I need likes.
That's how I need likes.
Liam needs likes. Give him a like.
Yeah. Do you like me?
I don't know. I like you.
Right, okay. Thank you very much, guys. We will see you next week.
See you then.